Sports. I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Volunteers will kick it off to get us underway. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Commodores' offense will get the ball first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Now on first down from the 28. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Now the play fake. Takes the easy throw in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Volunteers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup,
he's going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
First down here for the offense. Power football with the run. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mind.
Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Now, you might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes the grab. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll send out the kicker here. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. And the Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Unloads quickly. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a 1st down.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Now on the return. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. So they put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Northwestern has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since the walk with us send-off, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Illinois. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Back to pass. Got it set up on the outside. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a crease to the left. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So first down here as they go back to work. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vandy. For a lot of schools facing the hill they climb, you have to work the portal. But don't sleep on the high school recruiting either, David. They got a good 3-star running back just this past week.
Yeah, and you create some excitement, you create some momentum. These are the kind of guys that, man, they come in right away. They got a chance to play. Like, you're telling them the future's going to be bright. We're trying to build something special. We just need you.
The Commodores are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. So here is the Tennessee offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking to throw on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. Just can't hook up with the completion.
Gonna run it. It's Newton. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Steps away to find some room. Rolling right and going deep. And they want it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not the most productive half for this offense
Well, I
so
hate
far, but
playing games
finally
over
starting
right
to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole.
That's fucked up my
Works his way
stats
ahead
and
for
shit that
about
I
3
had.
yards, stopped at the
Too.
23.
It's always different when you
Got
play a
3 on
game.
1st down at 2nd and
I'm beating
7.
them 35-0. Man, they can probably give me a game walk here.
He'll do it himself.
They're
Turning
gonna
it
try
on.
to give
And
me a
he's
game
brought
on
down
this.
after a nice gain.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Offensively, I think we got to be a little bit more creative at this point. 2 plays ago, gain of no yards. Last play, he just gave up a sack. Let's think outside the box. This is a golden opportunity to put a touchdown on the board.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Just drives it between the uprights. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for space. It's Newton. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The give to the back.
You got to go,
stop
boy.
the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And the Volunteers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looks as if he's going to run it. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. They want to run this quarterback. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. In your own territory, if you don't make it, I mean, it invites disaster, but it's 4th and inches. They had to go for it, and they made it.
Well, if I lost a bunch of weight, I'd be skinny, but I didn't. So go for it every single time. I love it.
And the Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. It's a draw.
Lock him. Come on, 7, bro.
To lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking downfield on 1st down.
Oh, hit the wrong.
Is a busted play. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and Just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. They couldn't do it on that last play.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Looking to throw for it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They march 78 yards down the field. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Get him, go get him, go get him. Boom. Damn. He's gonna go get him. I put him on and got him. He's gonna do.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
We're just about ready to start the second half. Here he comes with the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They're going back to the ground. Got the first down. Looking for more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. They'll go to the air. Makes the grab. It's Cooper. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the run, it's Eakin. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Vols! They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 18 over Georgia Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Swings it out to the flat. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Got his man on. Brings into the open. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down. And the Commodores will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Hauls it in at the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the... Lost one deep down the right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. The pull and throw off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
The run from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures.
Hey, damn, y'all. What's up? Y'all do this, nigga.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down.
Hey, the man sitting back there for 2 hours last play.
The Commodores have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Quarter was good last quarter. We got 35 points third quarter.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Gets it to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape.
I wish they would let you control the nigga. You know, used to having the tip ball.
They spun that wheel
If you
of
can't
fortune
get
on
the
fourth
control
down
another guy to
and
go
come
try to
up
get it, that's what's
bankrupt.
gonna make it fun.
Offense
Let
bringing
me
in the
have
big
control of that
boys, heavy
second player
personnel.
enough to where I can run up under that bitch. It's like they make you hesitate or something, man.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Pedrino. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this.
Oh, he's got some space. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Pedrino. On the move at the 30. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Vols getting set on 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
It's complete to the right. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
Really good job on the defense, understanding 3rd down, the situation in the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a 4th down.
Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he
Hopper, I hit you, bro.
All the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down.
Damn.
Give to the single back. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
Yeah. I overran the fucking route.
And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to pass on second down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee. And
looking for the end zone. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get it.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the grab.
well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? To the air, it's Porter. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they take it in for 6 more points. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
The Commodores will have it 1st and 10. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation.
Y'all keep on going on to Clemson so y'all can be losers. That's all y'all ever gonna be over in Clemson. Good recruiting classes, but you lose. It's crazy. They still ain't got Florida in. So if he lose, he don't get in. That's wild, yo. They on sanctions, ain't? Can't play in the playoffs. And the championship in Florida. In Florida. Man got one loss. We got teams up here with 3 losses. Penn State, Notre Dame, Clemson. Check this out. I'm the only SEC team up there. When does that ever happen? I think even if he loses, he still get in. Florida got their safety. State, boy.